I was enjoying the paster there. Could not just left it playing at the end, right? Good evening. Welcome to our virtual band parade. Oh my goodness, has this been the hardest week yet for you? I have really struggled this week, I have to say. It is, I think the weather is making things worse. There should have been a parade in Coleraine here tonight, and we're missing it. It should have been the third this year in Coleraine, and we're kind of missing it. But let's do what we always do at the beginning of our programme. Hello to everyone who is online. Great to see everyone. Alistair from Edinburgh, and I believe Tom Wiley and Beverly are watching in Wigan as well. Welcome to you all, and to everyone else. I see all the regular names coming through. Hi everyone. Hope you're having a good Friday. Oh my goodness. The only good thing is that you can slowly see the restrictions starting to lift. And all we can hope is that maybe by the time we get to the 12th, that we'll maybe even be able to have small local single band estate type parades. Maybe. It's about the only way I'll be able to cope on the 12th day if we can. But where should we have been this evening? So Friday evening, the 29th of May, we should have been in Banbridge for Canallan's parade, or is it Dromore? Where do they have their parade? Is it Dromore or Banbridge? Not sure actually. So this is Canallan Flute Band playing the old favourite Isle Orange flute, and this is them from Lisburn's Apprentice Boys Day Parade in 2019. Isle Orange flute there, played very well by Canallan, and it should of course been their parade this evening, as it should have been Mullabrack Accordion's parade. They would have been having it, I'm not even sure. Mullabrack? I'm not sure where they would have been having it. Tell me these things. I cannot know everything, so tell me these things. Mullabrack Accordion, here they are in 2019 at Maeve McCullen's parade playing Derry's Walls. finished a little bit early there, unfortunately. Sometimes the video recorders can't always get the full tune, and we get that, you know, but the majority of the time they do, I have to say. So tonight we should also have had a parade here in Coleraine. No, it's terrible. Well, I do know where that is. I do actually. It's just outside the front door. And it would have been a brilliant night for parade. The sun has been splitting stone here all day, and it would have been just a super night for parade. So tonight should have been Pride of the Bands parade here in Coleraine. So just wanted to give a big shout out to all the Pride of the Band people that I've seen, ex-members and so on, who are online there. So there's William, I am Doherty, there is Willie McCluskey, there's a few other ones. Hi to you all. I know you are really, really missing not having the parade tonight, as am I. So here are Pride of the Band at South Belfast Young Conquerors Parade in 2019. And as far as I'm aware, they are playing the March Cumbernauld. Great there from Pride of the Band. I was watching it on the other screen, enjoying that. Now, just want to give a quick shout out to a few people who are watching from further afield than these shores. So Bobby Moore, who is watching from New Zealand. Welcome, Bobby. Hope you are enjoying our wonderful music. I may be biased, but I think we have a fantastic culture here. Just so musical and so talented and so unrecognised. It's terrible. Also to John Hewitt in Liverpool, Reggie Moore in Newton Aycliffe, and Alex Hutton in Larkhall. These are all becoming familiar names because I see you coming on here every week, and it's always great to have you on board with us here. And also Scott Clark, we're glad to see you back, Scott. We missed you last weekend. We both Roy and I noticed the silence and the no requests whatsoever for Ballymena Protestant Boys. I think it's tonight. Is it tonight, Roy? We actually have a Ballymena band on. Let me just check. It is tonight. We do have a Ballymena band on. Is it Ballymena Protestant Boys, though? That is the question. So, as you know, we are trying to cover all of the bands in Northern Ireland. After tonight's show, we will have covered 470 different bands. We are trying to get all of the bands in Northern Ireland, Scotland, England, etc., and any further field as well, because there's been a couple mentioned in Canada. We're trying to get all of them covered at some stage over the next few weeks, so that we can, you know, we can say we definitely have seen all of the bands. So tonight is a really good mix of bands, which I probably would bet there's quite a few of you haven't seen before. So I'm really, really pleased to introduce you to them. Some of them we have struggled, I have to say, to get a full tune in. So any of the videographers watching, get a full tune, at least one tune of these guys. Again, and then if it's not that. Hopefully this never happens again, but you know, at least we'll have full tunes anyway. So this is a band from just outside Limavady, Ardnareth Flute Band. Not one that you would see traveling very distant. You'd seen them in 12, you maybe seen the cancer parades, local parades in Limavady, etc. But that would be as far as they would tend to travel. Park Music Flute Band, and this is them at the Cancer Research in 2018, and they're playing, it's not the full tune, but it's mostly Men of Harlech. still ready. I was really enjoying that. It wasn't Men of Harlech. It was our Christian soldiers. Lisa had wrote Men of Harlech, so I just thought, Lisa knows what she's talking about, so I just read it out. Now, another band that I am sure you probably haven't seen before. Lovely band they are, Dunarf, actually. Pity we couldn't get a longer clip for them. But the other band that we have on tonight, this is a melody flute band, and it's Glenlochan Flute Band. And this is them from Tyrone Ditch's pipe band annual Fete, rather than a parade, playing the Sash. Hopefully we've got the name of this one right. I'm just laughing away here. Lisa says it wasn't her named Men of Harlech. Roy denies it wasn't him, so it must have been me. I don't remember doing it. But it wasn't Men of Harlech. It was Our Christian Soldiers. Glenlochan Flute Band. They're not a band, I have to admit, to having seen my hair's caught my glasses many times myself, but very, very good. Love the skin on the drum. It gives it a nice, really, really good sound. So apologies to Lisa. It wasn't Lisa that got that one wrong. It was me, I think. Oh, another band that we again wouldn't travel very far beyond their local district is Alistraea. And Alistraea was asked for by Hilda Watson. By the way, Kenny Scroggy James had asked for Glenlochan Flute Band, but Hilda has asked for Alistraea Flute Band, and this is them at the Defenders of the Rock Parade in 2014, playing It's a Long Way to Tipperary. Great there from Alastra, Armabius band. And again, one who wouldn't travel too far outside their local district. David Morrison says, really good band. All Ireland Ulster bands are good, and Scottish bands. He was a member of a couple of bands when he was younger and still love it. Well, David, there's no time like the present to get back to it. Get hold of a flute, get in touch with a band, and now is the perfect time to get learning the tunes so that when we do get back onto the roads again, that you're ready to go straight away, that you don't have to wait and get through all the band practice. James Shire Norris asks, was that Willie Douglas's band? No, Willie Douglas's band would have been Bofiva, as far as I'm aware. Though knowing the bands up there in the Limavady area, they have such a close working relationship that he probably could have helped out Arden Arf while he was there. Let me see. Alan Knox is looking for any old band uniforms. Funny, that was something, after watching the old band parades videos the other week, that was something that came into my head. Where did all those uniforms go? I mean, there's, like you think of all those bands that we've watched in those old videos, and they all were wearing really, well, really good uniforms, and that was like 30 years ago. And those uniforms definitely aren't being worn by any band now. So where did they go? Are they all in somebody's attic somewhere, or in a band hall somewhere? Where did they all go? They all just disappeared. The big drummer there for Glenn Loughlin had the same sort of style as Balushane. He did indeed. Mary Sloan wants me to give a wee mention to Mary Sloan and Irvine, who are, of course, yes, you're doing your sponsored walk tomorrow at 10 o'clock in Wallace Park, Lisburn. There's a stall with homemade scones, shortbread pancakes, and rainbow cupcakes. Money given is going to Crohn's and Colitis UK and the NHS. Oh, it sounds like there's quite a feast there, Mary. I might have to get up to Lisburn myself. Is that an essential journey, do you think, to go up for those things? Glen Loughlin is one of the townlands outside Kilkeel, and that was Ivan Annette on the bass drum, who is in Kills Silver Band as well. There is China in, so the wagon wheels are in the go. China has been launching secret attacks up there in East Belfast, holding the side up very well in there. Let me see who else has made any comments. Yeah, it is. Now, there's a couple of bands being requested there, like Burntullet, Sons of Ulster. John had asked for Pride of Ardoyne, etc. Now, we have played them previously, so they probably won't be on. Well, I can't say probably. They definitely won't be on the night, because I know they aren't on the night. But we definitely will be having another repeat night. And to be honest, it's getting to the stage. Well, it's not getting to the stage that we're struggling for bands to play. We still have lists of bands to play, but we're struggling now to get full length clips. And you'll notice tonight's show and some of the other night shows, clips are getting shorter and shorter, and they're not just full clips. So we'll be starting to repeat Outriding the Cycles now very, very shortly. So let's move to another band that is probably very unfamiliar to most of you. I do believe this band, I'm very wary now of putting a band off the road, I have to say. I do believe this band are still active. It is Ballintoy Accordion. So if any of you have been ever watching Game of Thrones and all the beautiful harbour scenes and all that there, that is, of course, Ballintoy. And just as you're going down into Ballintoy Harbour, there's a beautiful little small church, and you can see it in the background of this clip. This is them at a Orange Service Parade in Ballintoy, and is them playing a lovely hymn. I haven't a clue the name of it. I forgot to ring my mum to ask. So, this is Ballintoy Accordion. Enjoy. watching that wee clip earlier on and just wondering, is that Mark Heaney on the bass drum? I'm not 100% certain. It looks very like him, but I'm not sure. Jennifer McAllister, if you're watching, you can let me know. Muriel, see if you can figure it out. I think it might be. Anyway, so great range there of bands that are hopefully unfamiliar to you in that you've never seen them before and enjoying watching them. But it's great to see bands, hopefully, that you maybe haven't seen before. They're all completely different styles. And when you consider like Ballintoy is literally just a rural area on the coast, it's great to see that they still have a band and a great Orange. Actually, their Orange Hall has fantastic accommodation. They've all done up, so you can actually rent out the Orange Hall as your holiday home. It's fantastic. Take a look at it online. So someone had asked earlier on about a silver band. Oh yes, where was it? Someone had told me the name of the hymn. Let me see if I can find that again. Revive Thy Work, O Lord, is the hymn name. Thank you, Naomi Fox, for telling me that. There is a great wee cafe in Ballintoy Harbour. Jeff, you are quite right. David Smith, past member of Ballykeel Loyal Sons of Ulster many years ago, and you miss it still. Well, David, why not get back? There's nothing wrong with getting back again. Isle Boys bands are all the rage nowadays. Just go back and just do what parade you can. They'll be glad to see you. Absolutely. Yes, Geraldine says Mr. Heaney is on the bass drum. Now, funny, I have some bad news for you. Well, it depends. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be here tomorrow night. Roy is going to be here. And I just see, Roy, someone said that maybe tomorrow night could be a Blood and Thunder night. Roy did suggest that, I have to say. He did suggest it. But no, we've got the programme done for tomorrow night. And
that could always change. Depending on what the reaction's like in chat, we could just end up with a pure Blood and Thunder night.
Don't do it. That's a fate.
We'll put it out to chat. If we get enough interest in chat for a Blood and Thunder night, we'll run the Blood and Thunder night, and we can keep tomorrow's programme till next Friday.
Okay, well, that's up to you guys. Don't do it, because you see, once he's encouraged and he gets one night, then that'll be more nights he'll be looking for. Don't do it. But
no, Valerie, I've always just said the one night is all I'm after, and to balance things up, we'll have a melody flute night and an accordion night.
I didn't even ask for that. But
I just know you like balance.
Brian and Alan Knox had asked, was there going to be any silver bands? Of course there's going to be silver bands on. Do you guys not know me by now? Two really good silver bands on here tonight. The first one is Dunmore Silver, who I have to hand up, never had seen before. Very, very good. The only thing is there's one of the girls is out of step the whole way through. I don't know how she does it, but I keep wanting to correct her. But this is them at Spa Accordion Parade last year, playing very well. I'm not the only one there. I just want to take those people. I don't know how they do it. How do they play but walk out of time and out of step? It just is impossible to do. I mean, I have to, if I have an iPod on, I used to work, and if I had an iPod on playing breath band marches, I had to be in step on the breath. So halfway through, it would have changed tunes and the step changed, I was doing the wee skip. People were probably looking at me going, wondering, what on earth are you doing, woman dear? Hey, I don't like this. There is far too much support for Blood and Thunder Night. No way! My God! These are all gluttons for punishment.
Oh. See? Told you it was popular.
Oh, I don't like this at all. Don't like it. No. Oh, my goodness. Tuba player in the front is in the wrong foot as well. Yes, Morse, you are totally right. He was. Val, you could play something from Ballykeel Conservative Flute Band, Hollywood, and something from Symington Memorial Dundonald. Thanks, Bobby Dixon. I will do our best. I'm trying to think. Ballykeel. No, we've done Ballykeel LOL from Ballymena. The LOL flute. So we'll have a look for those. How do you define Blood and Thunder bands nowadays? Eddie Torney says they're all melody wannabes. Oh dear. Scott, it is really confusing to watch when they're out of step. Jonathan Walker says just have a Protestant Boys East Belfast night. That would totally keep China happy, wouldn't it? He would be in his element that night. Shankle Proddy Boys says Simon Taylor, majority rules. Oh dear. Well, if you're going to have it at all, have it tomorrow night, so I don't have to listen to it all night. Like Blood and Thunder's okay in its place, certain amount of it, but I couldn't do a full hour and a half of it. Oh my goodness. Speaking of, huh? What'd you say? But we are slowly converting Roy to melody, so don't panic. Melody and Silver. Who was it? Brian was impressed that we managed to get Silver Band in the first half hour. Did you not notice the start tune, Brian? Did you not notice what that was? Purposely picked, because I love the Pacers. Pacers are brilliant march. Now, speaking of Blood and Thunder, let's go to a Blood and Thunder band. This is the Blair Memorial playing The Leaving of Liverpool. There's a couple of people have asked for this, so let me just scoot across here. Yeah, Billy Bowles had asked for Blair Memorial, as did Elaine Thompson, mother of Gary Thompson, who used to do the stick in the front of it. So this is them at the Cookstown or Castledurg Young Loyalist Parade in 2019, and as I said, playing Leaving of Liverpool. Get my mute button off there. Everyone's going on. Scott Park says the stick in front of it. Come on, Valerie. Well, you know what I mean. He's not doing drum major, okay. He's not doing a proper mace and all the flourishing and all the proper stuff. But he's definitely carrying a stick. What more can I say? Another accordion band, let's see them. This is another one which again probably stay around the Macrofelt type area. I'd say the vast majority of you won't have seen this band before unless you're from that area. This is Aughrim Rose of Derry accordion band, playing at Ballymuckin Purple Guards in Macrofelt here in 2018. Hope you enjoy them. They're really good accordion band. Just plain melody, maybe the odd part in the hymns and so on, but they're a good strong accordion band, and I think you'll enjoy this one. Good strong playing there from Aughrim. It's what I've noticed is that a lot of the bands from Mid Ulster, the Desert Martin, the Rose of Aughrim, and all those kinds of bands, they play hymns and arrangements that aren't that common around North Antrim accordion bands, but still very enjoyable. Some really good strong arrangements, getting plenty of volume out of the accordions. Now, someone asked for this earlier on, and I missed picking up on it. They asked for Defenders of the Rock, Lisbon Law. So, of course, we had to do it. Now, Donald Crawford had asked for this, but someone definitely asked for it earlier on. I can't remember who it was. And this is them at the Pride of the Dergs parade in 2014, actually. This is quite an old clip, playing The Bloody Road to the Somme. Great observance there from Defenders of the Rock to obviously the War Memorial at the side of the road. The Colour Party did a super job there. Really, I always feel sorry for bands because when you're a band in a strange town, you don't always know where the war memorials are or where, anywhere you should be dipping the flags are. And it can be sometimes you can be caught unawares. And then, of course, people stand inside the road going, oh, they didn't, they walked past there as if it never existed. That's terrible. But sometimes the bands just don't know. Or sometimes, and I've seen this happen in Portrush, actually, there are so many people crowded out round the war memorial that the band can't even see there's a war memorial there. So it's not always the band's fault. So, before you criticise, cut them a bit of slack, take a wee look at what's going on around you. Don't just immediately jump to the worst conclusion, because I think sometimes that's our problem. We expect perfection from them, and they are just like everyone else. They're only human. We all make mistakes. Now, we haven't had a pipe band. Let's go to Kilrea. This is Kilrea Pipe Band. This is them playing in 2015 at the Gig in the Ban in Portlaoise, which is quite a good event if you're down around this area. And this is them enjoying and entertaining in the middle of the street. Short there from Kilrea. Usually once those pipe bands get started, there's no stopping them. I've got a text message from my mum telling me off that I shouldn't criticise or make comments on any of the bands. I think she's talking about the girl that was out of step, because it wouldn't make them feel very good. Well, sorry. It's not that, it's just, it was annoying me. I'm sorry. Sorry, mummy. Constructive, yes, that's what it was, right? Constructive criticism. Now, Blood and Thunder. Susan and Judith, I hope you're watching. The other night, you really enjoyed a couple of the bands playing Sound of Silence. Now, this next piece starts off as, now, after earlier on in getting Onward Christian Soldiers as Men of Harlech, I'm not 100% certain about this any longer. But to me, when I listened to it earlier on today, it sounded like the House of the Rising Sun. Then it goes on to another tune, which I can't remember the name of. But this is for Eddie Linus, and Lisa Kerr, who both mentioned Everton Road Protestant Boys. This is them from the Four Step Memorial Volunteers Parade in 2018. And this is, of course, a band from Liverpool over in Belfast. Yeah, they're from Liverpool and they're parading in Belfast. Great job there from Everton Road. And as someone said, 3 drums there and 6 flutes. There's definitely no passengers, that's for sure. Sometimes I think a lot of bands are overlooked because of their size, if that makes sense. I don't know if anyone ever told you, but it's not always the size that counts. It's the quality. The quality of the playing from smaller bands is sometimes superb, and you have no passengers whatsoever. It's definitely something to be watching out for. Don't discount them just because they're small in number. Now, a little bit of part music this time. This is Roses Lane End Temperance Band playing it at the 12th in Lisburn. Now, this one ends just a little bit short, but we did want to include this fantastic band in the show. So hope you enjoy their music. Just end a little bit short there. I was really enjoying it. Somebody remind me what the name of that march was, because I couldn't remember. And when I was listening to the clip earlier on, I was racking my brains and couldn't remember what the clip was. Suggestion for your Blood and Thunder night tomorrow, Roy. It's a accordion band. It is Ardnara True Blues. So whenever Ardnara play a little bit of Blood and Thunder, they call themselves the True Blues. Nice to have an accordion band with such variety and versatility. It's lovely. Now, the clip before last was Everton Road Protestant Boys playing at the Four Step Memorial Parade in 2018. This is the same parade, only 2019. And instead of Liverpool, we're going to go to Scotland. So we're going to have a Scottish band playing in Belfast. Right? This is Dykehead Sons of William. Great play in there. Very, very tight band, Ada. You are indeed correct. Now, question for you, Roy, for your Blood and Thunder night. Do lambegs count as Blood and Thunder?
Not technically, no.
So does that mean you're going to include them? Yes or no? Come on, come on.
What might happen is we might spice things up a little bit, have a few tunes lined up ready, and then do a request on the evening if Lisa's up for it, that have 5 or 6 tunes in reserve, and then somebody requests a band, we try and find a clip and play it that way. Spice things up, but all depends. I haven't asked Lisa yet if she's up for it.
Lisa, are you up for this? He's going to put you under the pressure now.
I'm under the pressure too, but hey ho, that's all the thing.
Hey, I'm not here. I can't say nothing. Now, Roy, you are China's hero, apparently.
Yeah, but he wouldn't accept. It might be his hero, but he still wouldn't accept my friend's request.
Neither would I, China. Neither would I. And if I'd known what I know now, I wouldn't have either. Accordion bands. Let's get back to sensible stuff. Accordion bands. This was requested by Robert Couples and also Keith Weir, who both asked for a little bit of Burnside accordion band. Now, if you watch this, Robert is actually the front accordion player on the left, 5-0 player. This is Burnside playing at Sir George White's Remembrance Festival way back in 2012. Does Sir George White still hold the Remembrance Festival every year? Can't remember whether I heard about it last year or not. Hopefully they do. It was always a great event. This is Burnside playing the beautiful Banks of Loch Lomond and then going into a few other pieces. Few of you enjoying Burnside there and their great rendition just of Scottish well-known tunes. Scotland Brave, I think was the last one there. Now, Audrey Andy McBlean Hopefully you are listening this evening because you had requested a clip of Hillview. Now, Hillview is not a band that I see very often. In fact, I can't remember the last time I saw them. And I actually had them down as Blood and Thunder. And it was only when I saw the clip yesterday or this morning that I realized, no, they're not. They're Bellady. So this is them playing March That I Love, Children's Love, at the Pride of the Ravens parade there in 2015. Got busy typing a message to Lisa here. Just hold on. Oh no, I didn't copy. So Lisa, I'm going to send you a wee message. Could you find this tune for me, please? Are Hillview, seriously, are they folded a few years ago? I didn't know that because I had been just thinking that they were a really, really good playing wee band and that would have to watch out for them going forward. Oh, I'm got it now. Absolutely got it. So no, I'm not in the gin, Lisa. I am absolutely not. I promise. I'll get you it sent during the next tune. They're really, really good wee band there. I had never seen them that often, but definitely impressed me. Have they definitely folded? Now, Lisa, you had said earlier on about another band had folded. Were you talking about Hillview or were you talking about Burnside? Because I know Burnside had struggled for a couple of years, but I thought they were back up and going again. So it's horrible to see bands folding, isn't it? So don't sit in the house, join a band. There, quite simple. Now, the next band was asked for by Colin Thompson. Who was it said there? Brian, was it? One Fermanagh band an hour. I think we've had more than one Fermanagh band, Brian. Now, come on. Come on, you're getting as bad as Mary Sloan. You really are. Mary, you know I don't mean it. I don't mean it at all. Now, this band was asked for by Colin Thompson. playing our director, a band that I saw quite a few years ago, and they were really good then. And based on this video, they haven't gone down in standards by any means. This is the Hunter Moore Memorial Band from Newry, and as someone said, they often get overlooked in Newry because of all the Blood and Thunder bands and, you know, the good bands that come from that area, but still a cracking band. This is Hunter Moore Memorial.
Hunter Moore! On the rail! Right and left! Quick! March!
Super playing there, fantastic piccolo player, absolutely are. Really, really well played there, Hunter Moore, and hopefully brought them to your attention that for those of you who have never seen them before. So they're from Newry. From now on, when you think of Newry, you can think of Hunter Moore. Mary, darling, you know I meant nothing by. You know I meant nothing by it. You know you're my favourite, okay? You know that. Look at the bother we went to finding what was it? Crumlin, Young Boys, Old Boys. I can't remember which one it was. Look at the trouble we went to finding those bands, especially for you. Now, bit of Blood and Thunder. This band was requested by Andrew Harvey. And this clip is from Pride of the Ravens Parade again in 2019. I'm trying to think of the name of the tune. I can't remember. The first lines of the lyrics start "Fight in the Bogside." I can't remember the name of the tune. I've got through all the lyrics in my head there. This is North Down Defenders, and I can think of the proper name of the tune. I'll be singing the lyrics along with it just to get the name into my head as well. Well done, Trevor Lennon. Streets of Loretto is right. There is loads of other names for it. But why make anybody's life easy? It's like the famine song. It's not the famine song because bands don't do lyrics. Bands don't sing. But bands do play music. So call it its original name, and then how can anybody complain? Because it was in the charts. It wasn't offensive when it was in the charts. So, dear. You're going to get me in my soapbox tonight again, and I promised Roy I would stay off it. So we've had a few of you on, Jeff Burtney, Karen Moreland Stewart, all asking for this next accordion band. It is, of course, Clock Orange and Blue. This is them at Spa Accordions Parade. Jeff sent this clip in. Thank you for that, Jeff. Playing Goodbye Dolly. Scott Parks is definitely a Blood and Thunder band tomorrow night because I'm having an accordion band on here every other tune. That is not true. I only have 4 accordion bands on at each show: 2 silver, 4 melody, 1 pipe, and the rest are Blood and Thunder. Well, no, 4 part, I think it is. 4 part, 4 melody, 2 accordion, 3 accordion, 4 accordion, 1 pipe, 2 silver, and the rest are Blood and Thunder. Like, I mean, come on now. That's a pretty fair ratio. But to keep you happy, Scott, you see, don't piss me off. To keep you happy, we have a band from Ballymena playing an arrangement of Sandy Row, and this was requested by Philip Marshall as well, so you can blame him. And this is them in 2018 at their own parade. It is, of course, North Ballymena Protestant Boys. Enjoy, Scott. Good, Scott. You enjoy that one. We haven't played in yet. We have to play all bands, or we're trying to play all bands. Brian says, don't forget to have one for Mana. I'll be honest, I don't look at where bands are from. What I'm doing is I want to be fair to everyone and cover all the genres of bands every night and try and, you know, and keep everyone happy, because not everyone likes Blood and Thunder. Not everyone likes accordions, not everyone likes brass, not everyone likes pipes. So I'm trying to, you know, keep everyone happy. Now, Albert Harkness is on saying, and no Newton Ards. Albert, You said that one night when I had played Newton Ards. There's no keeping you happy, man. Absolutely no keeping you happy. Roy, will you put on a Newton Ards band tomorrow night? Sorry, Albert. I tried for you. I tried. Now, where is Brian and Alan Knox, my two Silver Band colleagues, fans like me? This, you're going to love this one. They're going to absolutely love this one. This is Britannia Brass Band, and it is their NHS tribute. I don't know if anybody saw it. They released it yesterday, and it's more appropriate for the NHS than you could, you couldn't have picked anything better. You've got a friend in me. Lovely that, wasn't it? Really, really nice. And you couldn't ask for a more appropriate tune, as I said, for the NHS. And all the clips there, Britannia Band are taking part in the London Dairy Bands Forum Fit to March, where loads and loads, I can't remember the exact numbers, but there's something like 20 or 30 bands, all of members, and they're all logging footsteps, through Fitbits and so on during this time, and then logging them in. And I think it's Ballywalter Band is in the lead. I'm not 100% certain, but you can go to London Dairy Band Forum and see. So Brian says, I suppose a brass woodwind mismatch will have to do. Oh dear, I give up. I give up. There's no pleasing you boys. Definitely not. From now on, I'm just going to play what I want. So let's go to Around the Garver region. This is a band requested by Ribbon Wilson, and they're playing a really appropriate tune, considering where they come from. Actually, what I've done is for our Sash Bash, so you know the way several weeks ago we did Derry's Walls and we got the lyrics up for you so that you could sing along. That's what we're going to do in the 11th night. And actually this next tune, The Battle of Garva, is one of the ones that I have put up. Now I've shortened it slightly because it's a really, really long song and there's loads and loads and loads of verses, but I've kept the gist of the story in, so you'll get singing along with that there on the 11th night. Now, this is the Rankin Memorial Flute Band. Again, another band that stays fairly local to their area, but this is them playing a parade they never miss, the Garva Cancer Research Parade in 2019. And as I say, they're playing the Battle of Garva. So start practicing your singing now. great there from the rank, and it's probably a band that very few outside this area here in North Londonderry, North Antrim would have seen too often, but still a great band, very, very old traditional band. Yeah, the cancer research in Garva and the cancer research in Ballymoney, and there used to be cancer research in Bushmills as well. Jeff, you're totally right. They used to be absolutely massive parades, both in terms of participating bands and also in terms of spectators. Unfortunately, now with so many parades, there's always parades on the same night. The Garva Cancer Research is usually the same night as Sons of Ulster and Portrush. And the Ballymoney Cancer Research is usually the same night as, I think it's Clochers Parade in August. So it's really, really hard to just have one night focused for that there, but it's such a great cause. And it's actually such a cause that bands throughout the country donate to so generously throughout the year, every year. I just don't get the credit they deserve for it. It's really frustrating at times. But what time o'clock have we got? We're at, oh my goodness, we're after 9:20. Where does this hour and a half go to? I don't know about you guys, but it flies for me. It just flies through. So we've only a couple of bands left. Now, Agnes Street, Billy McDonald, you were asking for Agnes Street. That is a silver band, isn't that right? From round about the 80s? We think that's who it is. Keith Bruce, you had asked for a clip of Sandy Hills playing their fantastic arrangement of Boyne Water. We can't find it. Do you know where there is a YouTube clip of them? Because we're sort of like dependent sometimes on the clips telling us the name of the tune or us recognizing it or something. And if it's in the middle of another big long clip, then we can't always find it very, very easily. So if you have a particular clip that you want us to play, and you know where there is a YouTube recording of it, send us a YouTube recording, because it makes our life a little bit easier and also increases the chances of you hearing the clip that you want, the exact same one. Otherwise, it's just our picking. Now, this next flute band is been requested again by Audrey Andy McBain. How did you manage to get so many of your picks in one night? I don't know how that happened. This is Greenock Young Defenders, and this is them playing a lovely piece called Black Velvet. Obviously, the 12th day somewhere. I'm not sure where that is. fact that China is at you, Eddie, would lead me to believe it was somewhere down your part of the world. So we have got to, unless Lisa has got a clip for us of Agnes Street, we are our last band for this evening. It has been wonderful being with you once again. I'm sorry that I'm going to miss tomorrow night. By the sounds of it, though, you guys are going to be having a Blood and Thunder night. Of course, the first two bands tomorrow night will be the bands who would have been having the parade, which of course are Cambuslang Volunteers and Moneydig Young Conquerors, who would have been having the parade actually out in Gerva. So on behalf of, they are Blood and Thunder, yeah, so they do follow. Oh dear. Am I wise going and leaving those two in control? I don't know. Maybe change my mind before tomorrow night.
Valerie, I'm always in control.
Did you just let me think I'm the boss, Roy? Is that what it is?
Yep.
You probably do that anyway, so like I'm used to that. Now, our final band this evening was requested by Robert Goldsmith. Robert, you are on here, and this is Pride of the Village Beara at their own parade last year, and they are playing the Peace Brigader. Once again, thank you very much for spending your Friday evening with myself and Roy and Lisa, and thank you to all the YouTubers who allow us to use their clips on the show. It really does both the band scene credit and also the videographers credit whenever you see the quality of all other recordings. I mean, they're as good as anything you would see on the BBC and places like that. They are all the HD and the 4K and all that technical stuff. And the hours that they spend doing all this work is voluntary, like the bands. And you know, we would be lost without them. We definitely couldn't do this without them. So thank you to them. At the end of the show this evening, as always, will be a list of all the names of everyone's names whose clips we've used. Please go onto their YouTube channels, give them your subscription, you know, your support, watch their videos, etc. Just to let them know that their work is appreciated. And thank you again to them all for doing it. Thank you to Roy and Lisa, as always, for helping me out getting all the clips gathered together and being in the background and searching for stuff and doing all the technical side of things. I have the easy bit. I just slabber here in front of the camera. So join Roy and Lisa tomorrow night for your Blood Thunder night. In the meantime, keep the foots to the myth because we're coming to the tune.
It was when England's glorious sun in 1688 was overcast with treason's cloud and popery stood elate, that up arose her Protestants, the peasant and the peer, and vowed the chain of perjure James that they would not dainty wear. They sought them out a prudent chief to guide their heart and zeal, to lead them on that victory might bless their flashing steel. And who so fit to guide that host in all its bright array as William, Prince of Orange, ere he landed at Torbay? Then up arose the mighty chief and left his native shore, and rode upon the stormy waves our freedom to restore. Upon his flag was blazoned forth high fluttering o'er the main, that our religion and our laws he ever would maintain. 'Twas then in gallant style he stood upon the vessel's prow, with victory on his flashing sword and wisdom on his brow. And tens of thousands greeted him upon his natal day, when he, our glorious Orange chief, first landed at Torbay. Come, brethren of the Orange bond, a bond ne'er to be riven. Whene'er we give great William's name, a bumper must be given. For if you'd fire a feu de joie to him who victory won, come prime and load and see you get charge into your gun. The eloquence of bumpers full there's nothing can surpass. There's not expresses kindred soul like friendship's social glass. And thus we give our song and toast with 3 times 3 huzzah, the memory of King William and his landing at Torbay. The memory of King William and his landing at Torbay.